What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are at Hampton Downs Club Circuit. We are here a week early for taupo, round 3 D1NZ. We've been with Darren for the last 2 days, getting the Supra ready after our awesome event at Mount Smart. We placed 3rd place. If you haven't seen the video, check out the other videos in my channel and you'll see it there. But yeah, we had an awesome weekend 2 weekends ago at round 2, and then now we're preparing for round 3. We come back early, wanted to get some seat time, get comfortable with the car, and yeah, this video you guys are going to see that. So stick around, check it out, and we're going to get straight into it. Here's my first practice laps. So we have just been out, done 2 sessions on 2 second-hand pair tyres that we had left over from last round. We're going to chuck some new ones on. Darren's been working super hard this week. Turns out when we got back to the shop and we checked it out yesterday, we had a bent coilover from our wheel flop. I'll put the video in. Yeah, we end up bending the coilover as well as some arms and stuff like that. And Darren's been working hard getting it sorted. We also never really set up the suspension properly. We just kept it pretty neutral, so we've dialed in some grip. I've heard that taupo is quite an abrasive track, so we've wound some grip in to try and overcome, hopefully, the slipperiness that the track's going to bring. Darren's obviously got the track experience there, so he's seen the car and getting it sorted for us. As you can see, he's pretending to be working right now.
Pretending. Just turning all the dials to hard.
Oh yeah. So he's actually sabotaging, not working. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will see later on. We'll have a chat to him. We'll show you guys the broken coilover and stuff like that, and what we had to do to fix it. But yeah, it's been a big couple of days, I guess, or days or day. Yeah, we had to put a power steering cooler on the car. We'll show you that later. Fix the coilover, fix the rear end, couple of maintenance jobs, stuff like that. Yeah, we're just getting ready for next weekend now. So just trying to get comfortable with the car. We're going to head out now, do some more laps. We've got some freshies on now. We're taking out another fellow driver. He's organised the day as well for us to come down and practice. We've got like 8 cars down here this weekend, or today. And yeah, we're going to see how we go for the rest of the day. We'll take you guys along with us, and then we'll see you guys at round 3 next weekend. So yeah, let's get in the car and do some laps. so we are back at Darren's workshop and successful day. As you can see, used up lots of the tyre. Car went really good, got exactly what we needed to out of today, which was just get some seat time and get comfortable with the car. If you guys have kept up with the recent videos from round 2 and round 1, the biggest struggle was just not knowing what the car was really going to do, because I haven't done a whole lot of laps in it. So now that we've got laps in it, feels super comfortable. Actually felt comfortable straight off the bat, really. Probably a big factor was, I sort of brought up earlier, we had to fully replace, well, we'll get into that in a second, but we had to fully fix up this whole corner. Last round we hit the wall, had the wheel flop as I explained earlier in the video, and turned out it did a lot more damage than what we originally realised, and actually completely destroyed the coilover, and we did the last 3 battles on a full broken coilover. So we're going to explain that in a second. Darren's just pulling the pieces out, but pretty stoked to really get that far with a fully broken coilover. Like, you could see the car started 3-wheeling, and we just thought it was because we were winding bits of more grip in, and I was dialing into the car and driving a bit harder, but yeah, it turned out it was actually because the shock was completely broken. So we knew there was some grip lacking. We said that in the videos as we did the video. The left corners definitely felt like it lost a lot of grip, and yeah, turns out it did, and we managed to get through the weekend. But Darren sorted it out. We got the shock rebuilt by, what's the guy's name? Tim.
At High Performance.
High Performance.
Clark Performance.
What?
Oh.
Clark Performance. Oh, at least at High Performance. So Tim at Clark Performance. Luckily enough, these shocks are very uncommon in drifting. He does a lot of, they come out of a touring car or something, eh?
They were in Super Tourers, which is similar to like a Super 2 car.
Yep.
Was a New Zealand built supercar basically, and it ran a LA7. It was like a series that I ran within New Zealand.
Yeah.
So pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
Shock to have, but fortunately,
yeah, you can see that like they're not like a normal S chassis design where they go into the strut top. They like actually just have like a universal mount, and they bolt into the top up there, and then they just go into the bottom, like very universal. You can almost make that go into anything really. But yeah, that guy Tim, he sorted it out for us, and lucky enough he had heaps of parts. He said that he did a lot of suspension work for that Super 2 group, so he said he had heaps of mix match pieces and parts, and yeah, he got it back together for us, dynoed it. He gave us a dyno chart and stuff, and we went testing today, and it went really good. Yeah, straight off the bat, first entry felt amazing, and yeah, what do you think? It looked good, eh?
Yeah, pretty lucky to get it done, because the type of shock that it is not common in any drifting here. KW is a pretty good brand, but just means there's not a lot of parts available for it, and no one stocks the pieces here. So for him to have all the, like, literally one of everything that we needed was pretty fortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if people have actually opened them up, but they're not as simple as just a shaft in a sleeve or anything like that. Like, no, even like, to be honest, all the work I've done with suspension, I've never actually realised that all these parts are in there. So this is as it come out. But
especially if you get into multi-adjustment shocks, like you've got 2 separate areas of the shock. This is like the part that everyone sees, the piece that sticks out of the top of the shock up to the top hat. This is the sleeve from inside. This is part of the piston, the valve, some like packers, and then a bunch of other bits and pieces, and like a seal. You can see that's completely destroyed. Yeah.
And if you can see on there, it's broken. Is that broken? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's broken.
So it's made a bit of a mess of everything inside, and basically what had happened is the piston snapped off from here, and so the shock is compressed, pushed the piston to the bottom of the shock, and then the springs pushed the top hat back up, and the shaft's been connected to nothing. So as soon as that happened, you pretty much had no shock in the rear. It was basically all just the rear spring, which is why the car dropping so much in the left rear.
And you can see, like, this is a pretty solid bit of metal, and you can see it's not, I don't know how I can show it on the camera, but it definitely ain't. No, it's not. Definitely not straight. Like, there's a straight edge there. I'm like, yeah, it's not straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, to bend that, it's obviously quite a strong effort. And
yeah,
not only
that's a 22mm shaft as well, so that's not a little one.
Yeah. And the interesting thing I thought as well was that if he said that we tried to straighten it, it would have shattered. That's
Yeah.
how strong they are.
These are super high tensile ones for the KW shocks.
Yeah.
The good thing about BCs is what we would usually run in most of the drift cars here is they're like, we've had Taylor's car, for example, and he's like bent the shaft nearly 90 degrees and we've been able to straighten it because it's not super brittle. Whereas this, like, if you tried to, it doesn't look that bent, but if you try to straighten that, it would probably shatter.
I mean, the thing is, well, like, it doesn't look all too bent, probably doesn't really look that bent in the video, but in the car when we compress the shock, should have videoed it, but when you compress the shock, the whole shaft would like do this wacky, like, you could see it move, like almost like when you push it down, it would go like that, almost inside the shock.
That was partly as well because the had it broken off from the piston in the bottom, so like you've got nothing attaching the inside of the shock, so it's basically just the seal that was holding the and the spring that was holding the shock up.
Yeah, and I didn't even lose any fluid either.
No, which is pretty impressive that how much damage was done internally. It wasn't even leaking any fluid out of it.
And we did like another 3 battles. Yeah,
which is was deceiving at the time because we couldn't see the damage to the shock. Like we knew that it had been hit by the axle, but visually it didn't look bad, and it's not until we pulled it apart and saw all these pieces like, look at that, that's probably a good example of what should not be straight. Yeah.
Oh, so there you go, that shows it.
So that's from whatever's gone on inside, and that bouncing up and down flared all this out. Bent the tube, made quite a mess. So pretty lucky to get through the battles, plus lucky to be able to fix it for this round.
Well, that too, because obviously no one even drifts another A90 Supra in the country, but also no one even runs that type of shock, which is the hardest thing. And
we probably don't even have many options for
replacement,
a street shock, because most of the stuff, like, we could potentially have got a BR series BC shock, but that's a single valving, like a street car shock.
But still the same thing, you still got to order it and then get it here in time, then we wouldn't have got any testing. And then
that one we might have been able to get off the shelf, but that would be a big step backwards from what is in the car, and going to Taupo where we're going to need every bit of grip we can get. It's it wouldn't have been ideal. So luckily we could fix it, get some testing in. So today
and last minute too, we rang him at like 4 o'clock yesterday, and then we dropped it straight up there, or maybe it was about 2 o'clock, and we dropped it off at 4 o'clock, and
had it ready for us by 7.
Literally had it ready for us by 7. Dynoed it, did everything you needed to, but
you've got compression in your rebound. It just tells you the two graphs either way.
So pretty impressive stuff. Obviously super grateful to have Darren helping us, and Tim obviously smashed it out for us so we could go driving today. Obviously if there's any questions you guys have on what we've had to do, or anything more, obviously we can pop that through to Darren. But successful day nonetheless. I said went out there, was comfortable straight away from the get-go. Obviously you guys seen the footage as well now. We're trying not to ramble on too much, I don't want to make this video too long, but I had a good day. I achieved what I wanted to achieve, which was just get comfortable with the car more, that I can just get out there and just drive it next weekend and get used to the track more so than trying to get used to car, track, country, tyres, engine, whatever. So just getting a few more laps in today will make me feel comfortable going into next weekend. We know the car works now, we know all the parts are fixed. Now all we pretty much got to do is service it, check it over, make a couple little changes, and then get ready for next weekend. So thanks guys for watching. That's today's video. Let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you guys next weekend.